Good day and welcome to the African News broadcast from Canada. My name is Sandra. Asante top stories. UN calls for immediate end to fighting in Ethiopia. Ethiopia expels 4 Irish diplomats. Also, Somalia capital hit by big explosion. There's some more stories coming up after the break. You're welcome back from the break to a very first story. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for an immediate end to the fighting in Ethiopia. Mr. Guterres, who was visiting Colombia to mark 5 days since a peace deal was signed with former revolutionary armed forces of Colombia, the FARC, guerrillas, asked the Ethiopian government to follow the example. The peace process here in Colombia inspires me to make an urgent appeal to the protagonist of the conflict in Ethiopia for an unconditional and immediate ceasefire to save the country, he said. Mr. Guterres said the ceasefire will allow an inter-Ethiopian dialogue to resolve the crisis and allow Ethiopia to contribute again to the stability of the region. It came as the U.S. warned that there was no military solution to the conflict in the country amid the escalation in the fighting. U.S. Department of State spokesman said diplomacy was the first, last, and the only option to the conflict. It follows reports Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed had joined the front line where government forces are battling with the Tigray forces, who says they are still advancing towards the capital, Addis Ababa. The year-long conflict has led a humanitarian crisis with hundreds of thousands facing famine-like conditions in the north of Ethiopia. Thousands of people have been killed and millions forced from their homes. Still in Ethiopia, Ethiopia has expelled 4 Irish diplomats because of Ireland's stance on the ongoing conflict in the Horn of Africa nation. The 4 have been given a week to leave. A statement from Ireland's Foreign Minister Simon Coveney said the ambassador and 1 other member of the embassy staff have, however, been allowed to stay. The minister said that Ethiopian authorities have explained that the expulsions had explained that expulsions were because of Ireland's position on the conflict and humanitarian crisis that has left millions in urgent need of food assistance. He said he regretted the move, but that embassy will remain open. Ireland has had an embassy in Ethiopia since 1994. The country, which holds a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council, had been vocal in denouncing atrocities committed by the both sides in the civil war which broke out a year long ago. Several UN officials were expelled from the country in September, while at least 5 others remain in detention. No reason has been given for the arrest. It comes as a growing number of countries, including the UK and the US, urging their nationals to immediately leave Ethiopia as fighting intensifies. Forces from the Tigray People's Liberation Front (TPLF) and allied militias says they are advancing towards the capital, Addis Ababa. Earlier this week, they said that they had taken control of Shiwa Robit, a town of about 225 kilometers, that is 140 miles from Addis Ababa. There is no independent confirmation to the claim. Ethiopia's government says it's facing undue pressure and interference from the West and alleges a coordinated campaign by international media against it. Away from Ethiopia to Somalia, and there has been a big explosion in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. Local news reporters said a car bomb targeted an African Union peacekeeping convoy close to a busy junction in the Hondan district in the northwest of the city. A nearby school is said to have been badly damaged in a blast. Details are still coming in, and 5 people have been killed and dozens injured in an explosion in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. AFP news agency reports citing a security official. The car bomb reported to have been targeting an African Union convoy, also damaged a school nearby. Those injured including school children. The security official is quoted by AFP as saying that police in Somalia have confirmed the death of 8 civilians in the car bombing in the capital Mogadishu, state television has reported. Still on the bombing issue, some 17 other people Some 17 other people have been wounded, including 13 children, from a school nearby the blast scene. An Al-Shabaab suicide bomber driving an explosive-laden vehicle targeted a convoy of a private security firm, Dugov, which is contracted to protect the UN. The police did not say if the UN staff were hurt in the attack, but local media reports said the blast occurred during the morning rush hour near a busy kilometer 4 junction. The Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab militants have confirmed carrying out the attack. Pro-Al-Shabaab media sources said the militant targeted white military officers. Al-Shabaab frequently targets security forces and government officials in Mogadishu. Still on Somali attack, the news agency have been filing some pictures of the aftermath of this morning's huge blast in Somali's capital, Mogadishu. The explosion went off near a school, and this picture shows that the wrench of a bus alongside other damage of the school's building. We counted 8 dead people and 17 others, including 13 children, injured. The Reuters news agency quoted police spokesman Abdi Fattah Aden Hassan as saying the militant group Al-Shabaab says it was behind the attack and targeting UN convoy, the Reuters reported. Thank you so much for watching today's African news. My name is Sandra Asante. You should have a beautiful day.